Hey everybody, I'm gonna just take a few minutes here before a meeting to address Ableton crashing and how I believe I have resolved the problem. So there's two specific ways that I've addressed the problem. For starters, I think most of you know this, but the crashing issue is definitely coming from the IAC driver. If you ever turn this off in the past, Ableton can open and do anything without any issues. So if you're ever struggling with crashing, just turn this off while you're navigating opening and closing files, and then re-engage the IAC driver, and you'll never have to worry about it. But that kind of got me thinking, okay, if the IAC driver is causing crashing, I want to dig into some of the stuff that is using the IAC driver, primarily the click on and off, to try to identify where is this crashing coming from. And I've identified really three things that I've initiated. So let's just test this. I'm gonna open up. I don't have anything in my recents because I just updated a bunch of old song files. But if I just go into, this upcoming Sunday's stuff, if this crashes, I'm just gonna have to cancel the recording. Okay, it worked. Whew. Okay, so let me just show you the few things that I've done. First off, I have reduced the amount of IAC driver information. I'm going to be lessening the on and off cues to just simply almost like standard MIDI notes, because unlike a normal MIDI note, this is transmitting not just a single piece of note of information, like slides, but it is actually transmitting the entire time. So a lot of constant transmission is happening during these things. So I'm reducing the footprint, if you will, of these on-off markers. Second thing I've done is, if you double-click on an on note and get this menu open, first I'll show you the IAC drivers are sending a different note. They're sending a control CC note instead of a actual musical MIDI note. So if you open up the note, go into envelope, you're going to see there's a bunch of different channels that you can send the information on. 119 to be exact. We are sending over channel 44. It doesn't really matter which one. So the on notes are sending max velocity of 127, and the off notes are sending a minimum velocity of 0. So what I've done is I've actually gone through every single song, and I've cleaned up these notes. They had a bunch of rogue information in them, some coming from channel 18, some coming from channel 108. So I have cleaned up all those notes. It took me a long time to do this. The second thing that I've started doing, or I guess third, sorry, I cleaned up the notes. I'm reducing the footprint of the ISC driver. It looks like this week I didn't do it, but in some instances, I've actually started adding a little bit of space to the top of the set. I think I did it on the 15th. That way, when Ableton is opening, it's not immediately, because when you open a session, the indicator starts right at the first measure. So when you're opening a new session, it's not immediately looking at and transmitting IAC driver information. It seems like with my other work, that has eliminated the need for the space, because as you can tell, I'm able to open up a previous week with no separation in space, just fine, between decreasing the footprint and cleaning up the notes. So I just wanted to show you, I wanted to tell you those couple things because you might be making sets for NYM or for NYA or for other events, and these are some things you should implement. Really quickly, I'm going to show you how I cleaned up my IC driver MIDI note information. I'm just going to go to a random song that I haven't cleaned up. Wow, Mary, did you know? We're going to go Behold from last year. Now, typically when you open up songs individually, because they're less information, crashing does not happen. So first of all, I'm going to reduce my footprint. Secondly, I'm going to double click this note, go to envelopes, and here you're going to see information on 25 and information on 115. So I'm going to keep the 44, which if you open up MIDI, you can see 44 is patched for our click on and off, so we want to keep that. So simply, I'm going to go channel 25, right click, clear envelope. Come down to the 115 and also clear the envelope. Go to my off. I'm still on 115. I'm going to clear this envelope. I'm going to go up to 25, clear this envelope. Now these notes are cleaned up. I'm going to save. This one's made with an older version. I'll have to do file, save as, and replace. Another option for cleaning these notes up. I'm just going to open up Joy. If you hit this little W button here, it'll automatically bring you to the width of the song. I'm actually just going to delete all these notes. Everyone should be updating their MIDI cues ALS file that's on your computer. I've done a lot of cleanup and tweaked some things in here, but you can just simply drag in new information because I have tweaked the original click on and off so that it is cleaned up. So I can just simply replace the old on off with clean driver information. And then I'm good to go. So that is a little update on Ableton glitching, how I've resolved it, and how you can be aware and resolve it when you're having issues. I would highly recommend everyone going to their Sunday files, or I'll just look at it here, going to their worship loops projects, deleting all your songs, replacing them with the ones from Drive, deleting MIDI cues, replacing it from Drive, and just doing a whole update of these items. You also should have updated templates so that we're not replicating bad information. New set, new song. These are all up to date with what I'm currently doing so that you can, I tried to hit new set on accident, so that you can make sure you are utilizing the most recent template with the most relevant information and updated tweaks. If you have questions, reach out, but this is just a quick little update before I jump into a meeting about the crashing that I resolved. Hope that helps. Thanks.